Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to this comprehensive and high-yield cardiology class. I am Dr. Mubashra, and today we are going deep into one of the most exam-relevant and clinically challenging topic, that is dilated cardiomyopathy or DCMP. Let's begin with a case. A 42-year-old man presents with fatigue, exertional dyspnea, and occasional palpitations. He has no significant history except for long-term alcohol use. His chest X-ray shows enlarged cardiac silhouette. What's your provisional diagnosis? Dilated cardiomyopathy or DCMP. In this lecture, we will cover definition and classification of DCMP, causes with mnemonics, pathophysiology, clinical presentation, red flags, high-yield investigations, stepwise management, prognosis, complications, follow-up, and real-life case challenge and MCQs discussion. So let's decode it step by step. First of all, what is the definition of DCMP? DCMP is defined as dilation and impaired contraction of left ventricle, right ventricle, or both, which is not explained by coronary artery disease, hypertension, or valvular heart disease. In DCMP, there is dilated thin-walled left ventricle, and this enlarged left ventricle is weakened and cannot pump blood. Classification. There are three major types of cardiomyopathy. Number 1, dilated cardiomyopathy. Number 2, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And number 3, restrictive cardiomyopathy. DCMP is the most common and the most deadly if left untreated. Now let's discuss the etiology with mnemonics. About 50% of the cases are idiopathic, but let's look at other causes which you may not miss. So the mnemonic for causes of DCMP is ABCD viral. A stands for alcohol, B stands for beriberi, that is thiamine deficiency, C stands for chemotherapy, especially doxorubicin, and D stands for drugs, for example cocaine and amphetamine. The viral causes of DCMP include viral myocarditis, HIV, Chagas disease, and postpartum states. There is also role of genetics, as DCMP can be inherited in autosomal dominant pattern. Now what is the pathophysiology of DCMP? Here's what happens. Ventricular dilatation leads to increased wall stress, triggering neurohormonal response. The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system and sympathetic system kicks in, worsening the remodeling. Eventually, systolic dysfunction occurs and left ventricular ejection fraction drops below 40%. What are the clinical features of DCMP? The symptoms include exertional dyspnea, orthopnea, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, fatigue, palpitations, and even syncope. And the clinical signs include S3 gallop, raised JVP, pulmonary rales, and peripheral edema. Investigations. These include number 1, ECG. Basically, the investigation starts with ECG, which may show non-specific ST-T wave changes, left bundle branch block, or arrhythmias. Second investigation is chest X-ray, which shows cardiomegaly and signs of pulmonary congestion. Echo is the key investigation. You will see dilated chambers, thin ventricular walls, global hypokinesia, and reduced ejection fraction less than 40%. Cardiac MRI with gadolinium enhancement can help to differentiate ischemic from non-ischemic causes. BNP and anti-pro-BNP levels to assess severity and monitor the treatment response. And in selected cases, consider endomyocardial biopsy, especially in suspected infiltrative or inflammatory disease. Now let's discuss the management of DCMP. Management is based on GDMT, that is Guideline Directed Medical Therapy. The treatment is divided into three categories. Number 1 is medical therapy, which include ACE inhibitors, ARNI, that is neprilysin inhibitor, for example sacubitril, beta blockers, for example carvedilol, bisoprolol, then mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist, and diuretics for symptom relief, and SGLT2 inhibitors. Then the second part of management is device therapy, that is ICD for ejection fraction less than 35% with NEHA grade 2 or 3, and cardiac resynchronization therapy for wide QRS complexes, typically more than 130 milliseconds. The third part of management is advanced therapy, which include heart transplant and left ventricular assisted devices in selected patients. Treatment of reversible causes is also very important in treatment of DCMP. For example, stop alcohol, treat infections, and manage arrhythmias. Prognosis and follow-up. Prognosis depends on the etiology and response to therapy. With optimal treatment, some patients can recover ejection fraction significantly. And follow-up includes regular echocardiography, BNP monitoring, and regular checking for arrhythmias. Also, be vigilant about compliant and lifestyle modifications. Now, let's test your knowledge. A 30-year-old woman presents 6 months postpartum with worsening dyspnea and orthopnea. Echocardiography shows ejection fraction of 25%. What is the most likely diagnosis? The options are hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, postpartum cardiomyopathy, and restrictive cardiomyopathy. The correct answer is C, that is postpartum cardiomyopathy. It is a form of cardiomyopathy, that is DCMP, which occurs in late pregnancy or up to 6 months postpartum. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your most memorable DCMP case. See you in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.